Saturday college football action. We've got Baylor traveling to West Virginia. It's the Big 12 opener for West Virginia. And Bryan, this is your video best bet, so I am going to kick it to you to start it off.
I see you grinning the entire time with this because this is my first official Vegas runner. Okay, I'm a square play. I'm going to take the over here. And it's funny because when we exchanged earlier what we were going to have our plays, so we were a little bit prepared. Line 78. And it's, what is it, 82, 83?
Yeah, it's up to 82.
It's going to go higher. And I said this to somebody the other day. I says, bet this one as soon as it comes out. Neither one of these teams playing defense, especially Baylor. You take a look, you got two fast-paced offenses who like to throw the football. Baylor so far this season has permitted 24, 23, and 42 points, which is bad. But take a look at the teams they give it up to. SMU, Sam Houston State, who's actually a pretty good Division II school, and ULM, Louisiana Monroe, is having a really good season. But, Baylor games last year averaged 82.5 points per game last year, and the defense was better last year.
I agree with you. I mean, if we go back to 2 weeks ago at the Tuesday meeting, I said to you, when you go down to the win on Sundays, I said, do they have totals,
yeah.
At the win on Sunday, or is it like win, do it like everybody else and bring the totals out later in the week? Because I said, I want to be all over this total the minute they bring it out, because I don't care what number they put it at. It's not going to be high enough, and it's going to get bet over, and it's going to run up to the point that maybe if you get it at the opener, you could possibly even buy some of it back later because it's going to run up. But I got to tell you, this game, you may see 100 points in this game, and I'm not being funny. Who's going to stop anybody?
In the olden days, if you saw a total of 80, the pros would never play it. But now, not only are they playing it, they're getting ahead of the number because they know Joe Public's going to come in and say the same thing as we are. I mean, you take a look at, a lot of it is people are going to look at last week's game against Maryland. Excellent game plan by Maryland last week. They took the air out of the ball. They held West Virginia to 31 points. But you look at the prior two games before that, they scored 69 and 42. My main point in this is, and I talked about this earlier on a different video, I think it was a Texas A&M video, but when teams move from conference to conference, you're not going to see the same scoring. I mean, going from the Big 12 to the SEC is about as drastic as you can get when you're looking at scoring to defense, offense to defense.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And, you take a look, West Virginia come over from the Big East, coming to the Big 12 last year. In conference games, the Big 12 averaged 9.4 points more than the Big East did. We all know how many points West Virginia games averaged last year in the Big East. Now they're coming to a league where there's one team that plays defense, and that's Texas.
Absolutely.
And so this is going to be a shootout. I'm not one of those guys that has to watch a game on TV live. This is one game for fun. I want to watch this game because if you're betting the over, I mean, those are the games you want to watch. Those games are fun. You don't want to be – the worst game to watch is a game that you have the under on.
Oh, absolutely.
You
never can totally relax unless it's 3-0.
You've never loved punters so much in your life.
It's this is a situation that – do you think part of last week with West Virginia – being that, looking ahead to the first Big 12 game. I mean, let's face it, this is going to be,
that's a good point.
The home crowd. I really wish this game was at night rather than a noon start, because then you really would have the West Virginia crowd, that more jacked up. But this is a big game. I mean, this is beginning of a new era for West Virginia football. So they had to be looking ahead last week to this game. And then if you were not looking ahead, how about we're not showing everything? You keep the playbook a little bit vanilla against a Maryland team that, going in on paper, West Virginia could have sleptwalked through. It ended up being a little bit tighter of a game than it should have been, but maybe part of that was that they did keep things vanilla for this week. I love this over. I agree with you 100%. We should have big square pants, SpongeBob SquarePants symbols here. But, hey, this is your video best bet. We've talked it out. Let's make it official.
All right, here it is, the game everybody's been waiting for. If you like offense, I'm going to take the Baylor-West Virginia game over. I know it's gone up a little bit. It's going to continue to rise. Take a look at how the Big East fared with West Virginia in it, scoring a whole lot more once they go to the Big 12. Those teams in the Big 12 do not play defense. West Virginia fits right in.
close it out, I'll add one thing that I just remember the bowl game last year when they played Clemson. I think they hung up 70 on Clemson. And Clemson's got a little better defense than Baylor does. Yeah. So this will be fun. All right. That was a fun video. It's Bryan's Best Bet. We're going to be back. We've got another video on college. I mean, you want to talk about extremes? We're going from a high-scoring, high-flying game with Baylor and West Virginia to Nebraska and Wisconsin. They could double the score and not equal what we're going to see in the next one.
The 2012 Wisconsin and Nebraska, prior years, it might have been a shootout.
That's up next here on pregame.tv.